Okay, this is Ted from KSDT. We're speaking to Gary and Katon from Hirax. How are you guys?
We're good. Kind of tired.
Good. Need a beer.
Okay, yeah, I do too. Joanna, can you drive us to a liquor store, please?
Oh no, we gotta
hurry up because everybody's like crying.
Okay, so what's been going on for the past few years?
Oh God.
Okay, I guess we'll start with you, Katon, leaving or something happened. What happened?
Well, yeah, it happened that way. Left, but
did you leave voluntarily or did like?
Pretty much, yeah. It was just that we were having a lot of problems. You know, this is an old saying, but it's like being, having a girlfriend, and that's the way it was. But everybody started getting real moody on each other, and that's why I left the band, pretty much. Plus, I had personal problems at the time too. But now everything seems to be okay.
Don't want to blame on any one person, but Eric Paul.
The drummer who played on the EP kind of made everybody just want to get the hell out of the band, and that's pretty much what happened.
Did the band split up for a little while, or?
Everybody went their separate ways except for Scott tried to keep it alive, but me and Gary and Johnny left. All of us left. And Scott had different people playing with him.
Now, was Scott the one who reformed and had Paul Baloff supposed to take?
Well, Gary was still in the band, wasn't
he? Yeah.
Gary was still in the band.
What happened with Paul Baloff? How come he didn't fit in? Sorry, Kane, I didn't mean to.
That's cool. It's fine.
I don't know. The son of a bitch. I don't think he wanted to relocate, and I don't.
Because they wanted him to move to LA, and he didn't want to. But
I probably didn't like Eric either.
I didn't even mind that question because Paul's a good friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
So that's cool.
Yeah, you seem to be good friends with a lot of people around here. You've been on more thank you lists from my albums in the past couple of years.
I used to pen pal a lot, so that kind of added to it. I used to write to a lot of bands.
So did you do a lot of promotions or anything, or just friends?
Just friends, pretty much,
So why did you decide to join back Hirax, and how did Hirax just originally reform just like that?
Well, everybody seemed to have their heads more into it this time. Everybody seemed really gung-ho on doing it. And everybody's more into fighting to do it, Everybody wants to put in their time this time, so everybody's a lot more into it, let's just put it that way.
So now you have just the same members except for the drummer, who's a new guy now.
That's the first drummer.
He's the
first one originally?
Yeah.
So it's original Hirax altogether.
From the album Rage of Violence, the first one.
Now you guys are off Metal Blade. What happened with that? I heard there was didn't end up too happy.
Yeah, it was kind of heavy. We didn't like them, and they knew it. And they tried to.
But why? What was going on?
Well, we slagged them, but the reason we slagged them is because we wanted off the label because we didn't feel that they were doing enough for the band.
Promoting it and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So we slagged them and worked out for the best. We got off the label, but it was kind of heavy. They're still kind of bitter about it, but we don't care.
So what kind of label are you looking for now? Major labels?
Nah, not really. All these other fucking bands are looking for majors. I don't think that's the answer myself. I never have been into major bands anyways. I mean, bands on major labels, to me, a lot of them conform, and I don't like that shit, In fact, most of the bands we listen to aren't even on major labels.
What's the new stuff going to sound like?
Raunchier, just heavier, but we haven't given up our beliefs. It's got a lot more to it. The lyrics have a lot more to say.
Longer song.
We
have a lot more to say this
time. I noticed that from the new songs. I like that. That's really cool. So you started off as just like a normal metal band or kind of like rock and metal band. Yeah. What made you change to thrash?
We just started getting more into it. And bands we started getting turned on to were like that, and we liked them. We started listening to bands like everything from Bad Brains, early Bad Brains, to Metallica and Motorhead, Misfits, Minor Threat, shit like that.
Do you still play the songs from the first demo now live?
Nah, we hate it.
I
mean,
it's not bad.
It's cool. I mean, people say that's classic stuff, but we just moved on. It's just like if you listen to early Misfits to whatever Glenn Danzig's doing now. It's totally different. But we like.
Have you heard the new Glenn Danzig stuff? Or?
Yeah, it's like Elvis.
I think.
Well, I mean, what? Well, I just heard one song from the Lesson Zero, but that's not like.
Yeah, it's rockabilly more style,
Really?
Yeah. Another reason we sped up, I think, is Johnny always played fast.
Yeah, now we're just more into tempo changes.
He was never really playing slow, and that kind of moved it along there.
Oh, even though we jumped out of the question real quick, I still like.
No, that's fine. Okay.
He's still cool, but I like the early stuff a lot. You can't beat shit like Earth AD.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I like to Walk Among Us.
Sam Hain's stuff was good too. It was more morbid though, but it was really good.
You know what Glenn is at this point in time?
I think he's recording a new record for
James Hetfield did 3 songs on it. Did 3 background vocals for 3 songs.
That's cool. Yeah, they're gonna. I think he's doing something with Def Jam. That's what I've been hearing a lot.
Yeah, Rick Rubin produced it too.
But he's, Rick Rubin's smart. He don't go with anybody unless he knows something's gonna work out. Glenn Danzig's a good person to pick up,
Yeah.
He's
So-
smart. He's very smart.
So are you guys on tour right now, or
Not really,
playing
just
shows?
trying to play out of town and stuff. LA is cool. We like it a lot, but we always like going out and playing other places. One thing I have noticed though about Los Angeles, say compared to San Diego, is that the kids are. I mean, even though it's still violent too. I mean, there's a lot of fights and shit, but the kids up there do help each other out a lot more. Like if somebody falls, everybody helps them up. You know, people die, people try to catch them instead of like hit cement. You know.
Yeah, I've seen a few people hit cement tonight.
Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, because I like to do that shit too, and I hate hitting cement, and I don't think anybody likes that.
So,
That's true.
how's the deal with the new album right now? You got stuff coming out, or you don't
just-
have a label yet, right?
Not yet. We're talking to
Are they-
labels. We're negotiating right now, but we're also at the same time writing songs and taking them out on the road and seeing how they go over.
Do you have enough material for a new
We
album?
probably do,
Damn
but
near.
we want to try to write a
Probably
few
couple
more, so
songs
we'll have overabundance, so we can pick from them.
Get the best ones. So what are some song titles and what they're about and stuff?
We have a new song called Horrid Dream. It's about street people who live on the streets, because that's something I've come close to dealing with. Plus, it's something that I think needs to be dealt with. I mean, especially where we live in Los Angeles, you see a lot of bag people, which I think is pretty sad. I mean, they're human too. They don't need to be treated like shit. You have fucking young kids, spoiled young kids who fuck with them and beat them up and shit like that. I think that's crap. You know, I live in Orange County, which is like by Huntington Beach. I don't know if you've ever heard of that place. But
Yeah.
one day I was down there hanging out. I was walking. These kids were like skateboarding, and there was a bum, and he was sitting like just having he had milk. You know, I'm sure he had to scrounge up his quarters to get the milk. But he's drinking, just kicking back, minding his own business, and these kids were skateboarding. And the thing I couldn't understand is why they wouldn't skateboard somewhere else. Where he was sitting, they were like doing truck scrapers or whatever the hell they call that shit, where you scrape on your truck
Yeah.
on
the thing.
cement. And they were hitting him and shit. And I got really pissed off, so I went over and told him that's not too cool. I go, this guy's a human too, And that shit just pisses me off, because I mean, these people go through hell every day of their lives, and other people are so well off they don't realize how good they have it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think the thing that sets you apart from other bands are your lyrics. Would you call Hirax a Christian thrash band or something? Even though you're not really
that's-
heavy on that stuff, though.
That's just something we went through at one time. But see, the thing I was dealing with there, which a lot of people took kind of weird, is that I was dealing with I really don't like TV evangelists and shit like that. That's
I don't
just
think
fucking
anybody
bogus,
does.
So that's what we were dealing with. But I don't know. Especially a lot of the new stuff just has a lot to say. I mean, everything from Horror Dream to say Judgment. Which, because our band, we all look pretty much different than each other, and people always judge us by just when they look at a picture of the band, and then when they hear the music, they see something different. But, we just deal with a lot of topics that bother the shit out of us, and I think that's the best stuff to write about, because I think you're going to write more from the heart,
hmm Do you have any plans for videos?
If we did, it'd deal with probably like what we were talking about. The concept I would like to show is, because it bums a lot of people out, but I think you have to get that in people's faces so they'll do something about it. But showing street life, because where we live, you could like video all this stuff that's such a drag. I mean, there's parks full of people just laying and sleeping on the ground and
Yeah, I gotta send these guys beer.
stuff like that. Gary's gonna run and tell these guys to get some beer. Go for it.
Okay.
Because it's getting late and we don't like that.
Okay, well, I'm almost done anyway, so.
Okay.
Um,
I'll meet you over there. Hey, this is not in the interview, but what the hell? Tell Ray and them not to leave yet. I know you want them to, but tell them not to. I gotta tell them to give somebody a ride home.
Thanks. Okay, now let's see what else. What do you see in the future for Hirax?
Hopefully recording and then a lot of touring, because I want to get on the road and tour and stuff like that. I like traveling because you meet a lot of cool people and you learn a lot of different lifestyles. Traveling's always been fun.
Yeah, so where have you traveled, though, with Hirax? I mean, earlier.
Well,
You've been all over the country?
We went on a tour, and like halfway through the tour, that's when I quit the band. But I had done everything from like, say, Arizona to Tucson, Phoenix. San Francisco's always fun because it's cool hanging out on Haight Street, Haight-Ashbury, Sacramento, places like that. I never really got any farther because I left the band. We did like Seattle, Portland, and all that stuff, but that's when I left the band. So this time I'm gonna hang in there. Hopefully get back to the East Coast because I have a lot of friends in other bands.
Wow, got that bad? I mean, that you had to leave in the
Yeah,
middle
well, I
before?
was just, I don't know. I just felt that I was fighting for something that not everybody else was, But I come to believe that's wrong now. But I don't know. Sometimes you just got to step back and evaluate things,
Okay, well, what's your favorite AC/DC album?
AC/DC album, Let There Be Rock.
Okay. And
Or if you want Blood, You've Got It. That's a good one.
Okay. They're all good. I just asked you for
The early shit with Bon Scott's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Too
exactly.
bad Bond passed away. He was great.
Yeah, but I mean, still.
Well, you know
Other
what's really
stuff's
weird?
good.
He's like one of my early influences. So when he died, I like spray painted my whole school with AC/DC and Bon Scott.
Wow,
I went
that's
off,
cool.
Lost control. It was great though the next day. Because like a lot of my
That was a
friends-
long time
I
ago.
didn't tell nobody that I did it, and everybody's going, "That's great! Somebody did a shrine." I just went off. Yellow paint on that brown building stands out, you know. Never got caught. It was fucking great.
Wow. Okay. Well, thanks
Bond
a lot.
still lives. By the
Yep.
way. Well, hey, that was my pleasure.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I want to get some ideas from you too. So
Okay,
if
no
we can.
problem.
Here we go.
Hello, this is Katon. I'm tired, but this is KSDT 95.7 FM cable in San Diego. Rocks.